How's it going, Ram fans? Welcome to a very special edition of CTV Sports. I'm Ella Fredrikson, and yes, things look a tiny bit different.
I could not be more excited to be joining my director here. I'm producer Brooklynn Martinez. Here's what we got on tap for you tonight.
Colorado State softball finally had their home opener this weekend, while Brooklyn and I got to chat with them on their excitement towards being off the road.
Mike and Leah join us later live from Moby Arena for an in-person update on men's basketball.
Plus, Hunter and AJ give us their top prospects of spring training.
All that and more right here at CTV Sports, which starts right now.
The senior night showdown at Moby Arena ended in disappointment for Colorado State as the Rams fell to Wyoming 68-55 in the 116th meeting of the Border War rivalry. While both teams had locked in the second or third seed for the upcoming Mountain West tournament, bragging rights and rivalry pride were on the line. A competitive first half set the stage for a dramatic finish, but Wyoming pulled away in the third quarter with a devastating 8-0 run in less than a minute. Colorado State struggled offensively in the second half, shooting just 25.9% from the field and converting only 3 of 12 three-point attempts. Emma Ronziak led the team with 17 points, but only scored 4 after halftime, while Hannah added 13 points, including 3 in the final 2 quarters. Wyoming's Allison Fertig, who dominated the first matchup with 34 points, was held to just 14. But her presence in the paint still made a difference, and she finished with a double-double, pulling down 16 rebounds. The Cowgirls also got contributions from Malene Peterson, who led with 16 points, and key bench players who helped seal the victory. With this win, Wyoming moves into the second seed for the tournament, while Colorado State will look to bounce back against San Jose State on Tuesday. Though the seedings may still shift slightly, this was a tough pill to swallow. Brooklyn, maybe give us some better news on the court, please.
Colorado State men's basketball showed up and showed out on Saturday afternoon in Moby Arena, going up against Utah State. CSU men's basketball dedicated their Fight Like a Ram game to cancer warriors who face daily battles, wearing jerseys of those warriors in attendance. The Rams completely dominated with a 93-66 win over the Aggies. With a scrappy first half, it came down to possession battles for both teams, where CSU had won more than they had lost. With Neat Clifford scoring 26 points and going 2 for 2 in free throws, it is safe to say that the intensity was there for the 6'6 senior. Jalen Crocker-Johnson and Bowen Bourne both tied with 18 points respectively to end the night, while defensive anchors Rishawn Mbemba and Ethan Morton led the Rams to secure 23 defensive rebounds and 13 points combined, proving their hard work and dedication. Here's what head coach Nico Medved had to say on their big win.
Collective spirit and fight and stay together that they've had has just been beautiful to watch, and to see them get rewarded for doing this is just is really cool.
The Rams are now on a 5-game winning streak and sit in the second place in the Mountain West with 2 regular season games left against San Jose State and Boise State. Stay tuned for a live update from Moby Arena on the men's game tonight against SJSU.
Since the start of the green and gold spring season, just a few weeks ago, Rams softball has been busy.
That's right, Ella. Not only did they face SEC teams, but they welcomed more tough competition to Fort Collins for their home opener.
Brooklyn and I had the opportunity to chat with a few of them on what the season has looked like with such a new young team and how the culture they have created plays such a large role in rebuilding.
Take a look.
Colorado State softball started their Spring of 25 season just about a month ago, and even with plenty new faces, senior catcher Brooke Bolander can talk better than anyone about the consistent community this program brings.
Yeah, I think throughout my 4 years here, the team culture has been pretty consistent. One of our main values is being there for each other as teammates, so I think that's definitely one of the most important things that we value on this team, and that's stayed consistent throughout my 4 years here. So,
although their schedule has been tough so far, their attitude towards the next game stays the same.
But like this last weekend, we lost 4 out of our 5 games, and we just kind of have to pick it apart and take all of the good things out of the loss and then move forward with that and find the positivity when you're losing. So there's always good things about your games too. So
With over 100 games started here at CSU, Brooke has learned the ins and outs of this program, and it shows in her performances.
For myself, my main goal is to kind of pass on everything that I've learned during my 4 years here and kind of help this team for the next couple years after I leave.
Not only is there numerous things to adjust to on the field for a new team, but other programs are constantly changing too. As conference play gets closer, so does the preparation for semi-familiar competition.
Yeah, I think physically we have been preparing the past 3 weeks while we're traveling. We've been playing really good teams, so that's kind of what we're going to see in conference plays. Teams like San Diego State get so many wins under their belt and they're doing so great. Playing teams like Arizona and Texas are going to really help us to be prepared for teams like that.
Although it's difficult to compare the Mountain West to the SEC, there is still plenty of tough games to be had.
I really just want to see a lot of growth this season. There's going to be really good teams in our conference, and we've already played really good teams, so I think just taking every game as a learning opportunity is going to be most important for us.
One of the many talented incoming freshmen includes third baseman Kyra Smith.
I love it so much. I'm having so much fun meeting so many new friends and just loving it here in Colorado. I knew it was a spot for me because I came to a camp when I was trying to get recruited, and instantly when I came here, I fell in love with the school. I thought it was so gorgeous, and I came when it was negative degrees, and I was still it's so gorgeous. I felt really welcome with the players that were on the team. Everyone was super nice. The coaching staff felt really welcoming as well. I think we all just have love for the game, and we all obviously want to do well. So just pushing each other to be the best we can, and just supporting. No matter what happens on the field, we know we're all trying our best.
Even in practice, you could feel the excitement about being off the road. TAMUCC and UNC made the trip for the Colorado Classic, and here's how it went.
Opening weekend means so many things for CSU softball. Doubleheaders, green and gold fans, and of course, Ram Field. After a long time on the road, everyone was ready for the program to be back in Fort Collins. And just like the fans appreciate this team, the players appreciate the fans right back.
Oh, we're so excited to be home, and just so excited to play in front of the people here and play in our gorgeous stadium, and so it's going to be amazing.
Game 1 against the Islanders was about as slow of a tourney start either team could have. A last inning, top of the inning homer was all CC needed to come away with it. Unfortunately for the Rams, a starting game shutout. Thankfully, by Game 2, not only were the bats more active, the on-base energy was contagious, and the Rams finally showed up, each swing doing its part in the 4-0 win.
I'm really excited. So the past 3 weeks we've been traveling, which has been super busy, so I'm excited to be out in the sun at home in Fort Collins, and it'll be fun to see all our fans again, and yeah.
There are many aspects that go into a win like this, one of which mentioned is the fans. If you've been to a game, then you know Ashley Wessel, CSU's biggest fan.
It's pretty awesome. All these fans, and I just yell at the players. I just yell at them. I was like looking at the website, I was like, what? It's back in town? I was like, what?
Game 3 against the Bears brought lots more people, but unfortunately not much luck. The Bears managed to be active on offense almost every single inning, ultimately doubling their hits and outscoring the Rams 7-3. Game 4 rolled around and the Rams were in a groove. Without even needing a 7th inning, the green and gold put up double-digit hits and runs for a final score 12-4 after 6, splitting the weekend with 2 wins and 2 losses.
I think this is the youngest team I've been a part of here, and so it's kind of been fun having so many freshmen, and I don't know, we're kind of just young and fun, and we have a lot of fun together, so that's been fun. I just said fun 10 times. It's fun. Yeah, but it's fun. Okay. Fun. Yeah.
After splitting the weekend, Rams softball stays in town this week to welcome Weber State for a 4-game series.
That was a lot of softball, Brooklyn. How about we go to some track and field?
Colorado State Track and Field headed to Albuquerque, New Mexico to compete at the Mountain West Indoor Track and Field Championships this past weekend. The Rams delivered a strong performance in all aspects of the meet. Teresa Babica was solid throughout the women's pentathlon, winning the long jump and entering the final event, the 800-meter run. Babica proved herself, finishing with a time of just under 2 minutes and 23 seconds, giving her a career best score of 3,896, but had fallen short to jumping into the gold medal position. The first points for the men's team came from Michael Mooney, who delivered an outstanding performance in the men's 5K. Mooney became the 7th Ram to clock a sub-14-minute time in the event, finishing 5th on the day. The Colorado State men's and women's teams were each the top point earners on day 2 of the championships. Highlighting the day, Casa Borman's performance in the women's weight throw as she went toe-to-toe with defending conference champion and fellow Ram Maya Lesnar. Borman set a career mark and won the first gold medal of the meet for Colorado State. On the men's side, the Rams were led by Travis Turner, who ran a 47.68, a career best and the 5th best time in program history. Colorado State men's track and field bring home the gold to Fort Collins as they were named back-to-back Mountain West Indoor Champions Saturday evening. CSU accumulated 165 points across the 3-day event, and the Rams won a total of 6 gold medals across both men and women's side, combined to win 21 medals overall. The Rams now wait to learn who will be making the cut for the 2025 NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships in Virginia Beach, Virginia on March 14th and 15th. But don't go anywhere just yet, Ram fans, because when we come back from the break, we will have a live update from Mike and Leah.
Living with someone you don't know on the other side of the wall is hard, especially if you don't know how to be a good roommate. The first thing that you'll want to do to be a good roommate is make sure that you always stay quiet. Be considerate of others when using common spaces and appliances.
Hey buddy, what you doing?
I'm just gonna need like 40 minutes. Be respectful of your roommate's privacy. Ugh, my bad. Finally, make sure that you clean up after yourself. Oh, fresh toothbrush.
Have you seen my toothbrush?
Follow these tips to get along with your roommates and your landlord.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. Tonight, our very own Mike Walsh and Leah Kikowski are in Moby Arena for the Rams matchup against the San Jose State Spartans.
Aside from $1 beer night, tonight is also a special occasion as they will honor all the green and gold seniors while the regular season comes to a close.
After their last home matchup tonight, the Rams will travel to Boise for the last game of the season. So as of right now, it's halftime, but reflecting on this season a little bit, it was bittersweet. You know, we had a lot of ups, like this Utah State game recently, and a lot of downs.
I'm excited to see what they do going into the tournament. Obviously, we need to win this game, and on Friday against Boise, so I think their shots are looking pretty good at winning these 2 games.
Yeah, for some reason when we're on the road in Vegas, you know, we don't have our best talent show up there, unfortunately, so we don't perform as well as we should. I do think we have a really great shot, at least a championship for this tournament, though.
I agree.
And tonight, no better way to celebrate that than $1 beer night.
I
know! We are losing some really great names this season, both Nick Clifford and Jalen Lake.
Huge loss.
Some of our top scorers all season, you know, our top scorers all season, especially our leaders, too. For both of them to either go into the draft or just end up somewhere else is hard.
I'm excited to see what they do though when they go to the draft.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for that.
I'm excited for some of the younger names to step up, and then I'm excited for new names to be on the roster as well. So for now, let's check in with Mike and Leah, see how things are going at Moby.
What's up, you guys? Yes, we are here at Moby. It's halftime right now, and what a great start to senior night. The Rams are leading 35-23 as we enter into the second half.
I mean, everything's going well for the Rams. I will say some offensive rebounding was tough for them early, but right now they're looking good.
I agree, and the thing is, San Jose is missing a lot of shots. They're only shooting 32% from the field, where the Rams, 48.
Yep, and of course, it's Nick Clifford leading the charge. He's got 7 points, 3 of 5 shooting, not having his typical few misses he's had at home. He's doing good. Finally, a neat game. I'm feeling another 20 by him. I don't know about you.
I'm feeling another 20 by him, and also Kyan Evans. Oh, yeah. He has 8 right now, and you know what? We're celebrating Ethan Morton, Bowen Bourne, Jalen Lake, Nick Clifford, so I hope the 4 of them get some good minutes.
It's really been the 3-point shooting. I mean, Kyan Evans had a few nice 3-point shots. I mean, just pure shots. So the Rams are looking good. Hopefully they can pull this one out.
I think they're going to, Mike.
Back to you guys.
Don't go anywhere just yet. When we come back, Hunter and AJ take over to give their MLB prospects of spring training.
After 2 years?
You gotta be kidding me! Okay, no.
Robbie!
Seriously, do you have anything you can use against the dragon? I can do fireball, that'll do a lot of damage. Yeah, to all of us!
Well,
we're in a 4-foot room!
I'm sorry, what else do you want me to do?
Okay. Hold on. All right. Wizard. You gonna roll?
Welcome back from the break, Ram fans. With the weather being so nice, it's even easier to get into the spring training spirit, and there are plenty of young prospects that clearly feel the same way.
That's right, AJ. Some unexpected teams get thrown into the mix here when talking potential of their young roster members, so let's jump right in. First, we got Jack Callione, who's a Royals first baseman. Jack Callione is a powerful hitter with a home run hitter guy. Bat speed is among best in the draft class, but he needs improvement more on his contact hitting and more defensive guy.
This is a guy with so much power. I mean,
right.
At Florida, 516-foot home run. I mean, come on. He also pitched at Florida. Didn't even mention that.
Yeah, that is insane.
He's a stud. Moving on to a guy who doesn't have as much power, but he's a great hitter for the Cleveland Guardians. He's just a pure everything. He set the Oregon State record in hits for a season. I mean, this guy is legit. And one thing I always look for in prospects, strikeout to walk ratio. Yeah. This guy doubled the walks to strikeouts. So
he's got a very disciplined approach. He's originally actually from Australia, which is kind of crazy. Not a lot of baseball guys from Australia. And then you got a really good defensive player. You got an all-around player. This is a guy that's going to lead off for you. Doesn't really have a lot of power, so he's not really going to hit home runs, but he's going to lead off. He's going to get you on base.
A lot like Lindor, Jose Ramirez, guys the Guardians have seen before.
Next one's actually one of our hometown Rockies. We got Zach Veen. He has a very high ceiling, but me and AJ were talking earlier, like he could probably end up being a bust just because he's on the Rockies, but he's got a high ceiling. He's got a lot of speed. He's got actually a lot of power, so a guy that can hit home runs. He's an all-around guy, very defensive good guy. So just what do you think about him?
The Rockies haven't had much luck really with prospects. Exactly. I mean, they need something, and this is a guy with speed. I mean, he stole 45 bags a couple years ago. He can do it, and I think if the Rockies were to have anyone come up and be a star, it'd be him.
Let's hope so. Not another bust.
Moving past that, this is another, hurts me to say as a Red Sox fan, but another good Yankees outfielder. This is 6'6", just reminds you of Aaron Judge. I mean, with the power, he's got speed, he's got everything. I mean, do they really need another huge outfielder that can also steal bags? It seems crazy. But.
Right? I know. He played at Vanderbilt, which is one of the best baseball colleges. Like you said, it's like Aaron Judge. It's either a home run, it seems like, or he's striking out. So he's got to work on his strikeouts. But he's a good player. I mean, he's probably going to hit home runs. Another outfielder. The Yankees love these guys, so I think he'll fit right in.
Does have a big strikeout problem.
Next, we got Colson Montgomery, who's actually a White Sox, which the White Sox are going to need this guy.
Boy, do they need him. They need him badly.
After a 30-win season last year. But this guy was actually drafted out of high school, which is insane. I mean, getting drafted out of high school to the MLB, I know it's one of the worst teams in the MLB, but still. I mean, the guy can hit for power, but he's got to actually play discipline. He's a guy that gets a lot of walks. So just a good player all around. Kind of needs to work on defense and power to be an everyday guy, but this guy can definitely be everyday very soon.
Next is a guy who I've been waiting to talk about. It's J.J. Weatherholt from the Cardinals. I just think he's going to be a stud. I think he's a guy who can plug and play into that infield. They need help badly.
Yes.
Reminds you of a Nolan Gorman type guy. He can do everything. He hit .449 in 2023. He's just a stud, and the Cardinals always have studs.
Hitting .449, I mean, you're getting on every 1 and 2 at-bats. So, I mean, this is a guy they need, a guy that's speedy, get on base, steal bases. Just a guy that can also, needs a little bit more power as a second baseman, but I'm sure he'll get that.
Speaking of studs, is my AL Rookie of the Year pick. It's Jason Dominguez from the Yankees. Yet another Yankees outfielder who I'm praising. I don't know why, but he's the definition of a 5-tool player. I mean, he's got the speed, he's got the arm in the outfield, he's got the power. I could easily see him having a 20 home run, 20 stolen base season.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the guy in the NL. We got Rocky Saki. I mean, the guy throws up to 102 miles an hour for his fastball. I mean, that's just insane. He's got a great splitter. He's got a great slider. I mean, it's another guy from Japan. I mean, of course, the Dodgers get this guy, like, out of anybody. Of course they get him. But, yeah, he had a perfect game where he did 19 strikeouts out of 27 batters. I mean, that is just unreal. I mean, these guys can't even hit off him. He's striking out all of them. So this guy is being called generational by everybody else, so...
Makes sense the Dodgers would get him.
Of course the Dodgers get this guy. I mean, like I was telling AJ earlier, if these guys don't win 3 out of the next 5 World Series, it would shock me. But that's all we've got for you, Rams. Tonight, Rams, as always, thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your week, and have a great night. We will see you again next week.